12/5/2024, another episode of Stand Tall. We're in the book of Proverbs out of the Bible, chapter 16, verse 10. The king's lips are an oracle. No judgment he pronounces is false. Interesting in today's day and age, though, how that may not quite as much be true unless we're talking about the true king, the good king. Balance and scales belong to the Lord. All the weights used with them are his concern, right? So only the Lord can pick and choose how to balance the scales of justice. It is his concern. Kings have a horror of wrongdoing, for by righteousness the throne endures. That's an interesting take, especially for business leaders. I'm reading a book right now about boundaries for leaders, since being in business is tough, and working for yourself is tough. And so there's a lot of things that you concern yourself with for your employees and the people you serve, and the only way that your business does endure, is by righteousness. The king takes delight in his honest lips, and the man who speaks what is right he loves. The king's wrath is like messengers of death, but a wise man can pacify it. And the light of the king's countenance is for life, and his favor is like a rain cloud in spring. How much better to acquire wisdom than gold? To acquire understanding is more desirable than silver. And again, we are back on that theme, but that is such a good reminder that wisdom and understanding, all that glitters is not gold, so to speak. The path of the upright avoids misfortune. He who pays attention to his way safeguards his life. And so this kind of reminds me a lot of Sun Tzu's Art of War about terrain, right? The way that you pay attention to, the way you avoid the misfortune, the upright, right? Standing tall, standing upright, seeing where you are, taking the moment to step back and look at the situation for what it is. Pride goes before disaster, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So pride goes right before disaster. So if you're prideful, just remember not to get a big ego or get a big head. It is better to be humble with the meek than to share plunder with the proud. That one strikes deep for me. It is better to be humble with the meek than to share plunder with the proud. If you've ever shared plunder with the proud, then you understand exactly why this is in here and why it is to be heeded. He who plans a thing will be successful. Happy is he who trusts in the Lord. That one is good too. He who plans a thing will be successful. Happy is he who trusts in the Lord. That's going to get a little asterisk from me, a little star next to it, because in order for something to become fruitful, you can't only just think about it. You do have to trust that the things that the steps that you were taking, much like we've learned earlier in these book of Proverbs, that a lot of your path is guided by something other than you. And the wise man is esteemed for his discernment, yet pleasing speech increases his persuasiveness. And so the wise man is not only going to have a good tongue, right, in the sense of he can speak well, but his pleasing speech is what increases his persuasiveness as well, because he's not only wise because of how he's discerning, he's able to discern and be wise about what he says. And so as we move forward into the weekend, and as we move forward with the rest of the week, the closing day of Friday being tomorrow, let's think about that. Let's think about how we are wise, we can discern things, and that what we say can have an effect on how people see us or interact with us and even engage with us.